petition to get refunds for anyone who purchased Battlefield 2042 is about to hit 200,000 signatures. But what does it mean and what comes next? The petition creator Satoshi Nakamoto vowed to reach out to lawyers and levy a class action lawsuit against EA and DICE. Any evidence of these lawyers remains to be seen, but is the concept as a whole out of the question? As a general rule, suing companies for the release of a poor quality, not as advertised product is difficult if the company offers refunds. EA do offer refunds on game purchases, even purely digital downloads, as long as you ask for a refund within 24 hours of opening the game for the first time. While this is technically a refund policy, I think many would argue that only having a single day to return a product is a pretty poor quality offer, especially considering Steam are offering refunds on 2042 outside their standard refund policy, suggesting they agree that the game has been released in a below satisfactory state. With this in mind, it's not out of the question for a company to be sued for releasing a video game that did not meet the marketing expectations it set out in pre-release. Cyberpunk 2077 is a perfectly good modern reminder of this, with CD Projekt being sued an estimated near $2 million following the release of their game, which was so broken, Sony pulled the game from PlayStation entirely. Where this and 2042 divide is the question of whether 2042 is broken. Cyberpunk barely ran on the PlayStation 4, meanwhile, although 2042 does suffer from poor performance and frame drops, it does actually function as a video game. The real question is, was what was promised in pre-release marketing such complete lies that a lawsuit could stand? Past ads are mostly cinematics that display general specialist weapon and vehicle interactions that do loosely exist in the game. Maps are showcased that were delivered, Portal and Hazard Zone are both showcased, which are in the final release. I fear that while players may feel they were cheated out of a good Battlefield and potentially more importantly out of pocket, being delivered a game that felt thoroughly unfinished, riddled with bugs and a general terrible experience, it's hard to see a lawsuit panning out. I think, realistically, you'd be hard-pressed to argue that DICE released a broken game, where in fact what they did was release a really, really bad game and used a successful marketing campaign to sell it. It's far from the first time this has happened in the history of product releases, and I certainly doubt it will be the last time. I personally am absolutely furious that I was tricked into spending £70 on Battlefield 2042, but I think you'd be hard-pressed to prove it was in any way illegal. Nevertheless, a petition with 200,000 signatures does keep my hopes alive. A man can dream. Are there higher hopes in the comments? A potential line of attack I missed? Let me know. And thank you for watching, and all the best.